This channel is made possible by viewers like you. My viewers, subscribers, and patrons greatly help to keep this channel going. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you'll get access to what I'm working on, previews of upcoming content, and even early videos, along with other tier options for those that are interested. Thank you, and now on to the video. Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons is a new beat-em-up of the classic series, with new roguelite elements. In this video, I break down how the game works and what you can fully expect going into this title. When you start a game, you are provided with a lot of modifiers. This is where you can select if you want to have your save file be for single player or local co-op. Next, you can choose your continue type, player health, cost of revives, and upgrades, along with enemy stats and their aggression towards you. As you play around with these settings, you'll notice that your exchange rate towards the bottom will change. Money at the end of a run will be converted into tokens. We will get more into this later. It's important to note that certain tweaks weigh more than others in terms of changing the exchange rate, but essentially you can make the game as easy or as hard as you want, depending on how you tweak the settings. Maybe you start off easy and then slowly ramp it up as you get better with the game, or maybe you go all out right from the beginning early on and try to unlock everything faster. Personally, I would recommend starting with the base settings the first time around. You'll probably not beat the game on your first run, but this will give you a good taste of everything, and then you can see what you may want to tweak for your next run. Much of this will come down to player preference. Once you settle on your modifiers, then you are provided some story to set up the action, and now you can select your characters. Gaiden actually has you select 2 characters that you can switch on the fly during a run. So Billy and Jimmy are what you would expect when it comes to these games. They are the classical choices. Your main attack button allows you to perform a few combos. Then you can pick up items along with grappling with enemies with your action button. The grapple allows you to focus on one enemy, and then even pull off a throw or kick that can knock into other enemies as well. Mixing in your movement options with your attacks gives you other options, like running and then attacking, or jumping and then attacking. Enemies will drop different weapons for you to use, from blades, TNT, pipes, along with other weapons. These will give you a nice boost, and they can even be thrown back at your enemy, but they do not last long. You get a few good hits in before they break. Now, Billy and Jimmy are the more traditional route for the starting characters, but they are not your only choices. Uncle is the tank of the group, armed with a riot shield. He can pick up enemies and hold them around as well. Being that he has his own character-specific weapon, you cannot pick up dropped melee weapons as him. Now, Marion is probably the most different to play as, since she is more of a ranged fighter. Where the other characters have melee attacks, she is all focused on her guns and gadgets. She fights with a handgun, among other tools. Specials are your lifeblood in this game. When your special bar is full, you can perform a special move. This will slowly recharge over time, and you will gain it back quicker from hitting enemies. You can perform different special moves depending on the direction you use them in. For example, you will perform a different special if you're standing still and hit the button, and then when you're moving to the left or right, you'll perform something different. Each character has their own unique special moves, but when it comes for the most bang for your buck, Marion has probably the best and maybe the most imbalanced one. Her bazooka move is a ranged attack, and it hits a nice area, which means you'll be getting those special KOs a lot easier. Special KOs are when you take out an enemy with your special. If you can manage to defeat 3 or more enemies with one special move, this will then result in enemies dropping some health for the player. Now, depending on who you are using, you'll want to think about the special moves that you have at your disposal, and then how you want to take down the most people to get that consistent health pickup. Another thing to note too is that weapon KOs also count as special KOs as well. Now, the special bar is not only used for special attacks. Once this bar is full, you can switch to your other character. This is really useful since the character in reserve can heal a bit, and while in combat there will be times where an enemy has you in a grapple or in a combo. Switching to your other character instantly breaks this and frees you up to attack them back. This will all be how you react on the fly during the many combat situations. Now at the start of the game, you can choose which mission you want to do first. Double Dragon has an interesting system when it comes to the order of the missions you do. For example, the first mission you do is only 1 level. Then whatever you pick for mission 2 will be 2 levels long, with the final 2 areas being 3 levels long. This means that depending on your choices, you are not going to see everything on your first run. Personally, I like this, because for those early on runs, it keeps adding a freshness to the experience, with new curated levels being mixed in. Your choices might also factor in how you're succeeding on more future runs. For example, one mission has frequent use of traps, so a way to decrease this is to play that level first, and then you can further explore the other ones. Plus, each of the missions have their own bonus objectives to complete. More are added on for your future missions as well. As you defeat enemies, smash boxes, and generally play well, you'll earn money. The money can be used for a few different things. These can range from buying more tokens, boosting your specials, better defensive options, or even just ignoring the options and pocketing some of the cash for later. It's important to note that these enhancements are random, so you never really know what you're going to see after an encounter. The cash can be used to revive yourself as well, and the cost for the revives goes up as you keep dying. Now you can decide to not spend any cash on any of this. Your remaining cash is then converted into tokens at the end of a run or upon your death. Tokens can be used on unlocking new characters, tips, art, and music tracks. Unlocking new characters is probably your greatest asset, and something you'll want to focus on, as this will give you plenty of new options and pairings. But again, this upgrade and unlocking system all comes down to the player's personal choices. Would you rather work on improving your characters for the run you're on, or do you want to save up on your cash to net yourself with even more tokens at the end of your run? Double Dragon Gaiden is a pretty fun game, and tries to take throwback action and combine it with modern roguelite progression. I think this pairing works pretty well together. Arcade games are meant to be these quick bursts of fun, and generally really tough. This one provides those modifiers and allows you to tweak the experience to the player's liking, and having this tied to the unlocks means if you want to risk playing it on the harder settings, that might actually be good because you can earn more tokens quickly, but it also might mean you're gonna die quicker. Then after, level upgrades provide a random element for the player to consider on how they should use their cash, along with even the order of the missions they decide to do. Minute to minute wise, the gameplay is fun and continues to be fun as I kept playing this title. And better yet, this title has local co-op options. I hope this video provided you with a breakdown of what to expect when starting this title. Are you interested in playing Double Dragon Gaiden? What is your favorite entry in the series? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in being notified of new videos, please hit the subscribe button and bell. And if you would like to support the channel and get early access to content, please check out my Patreon. All of the links will be at the end of this video and within the description. And thank you very much for watching.